In this video I want to compare the two kinds of Furbolgs plus one extra unit. The basic Furbolg and the Polar Furbolg both do the same damage, have the same attack cooldown, the same amount of hit points and armor and so on and so on. They are almost completely identical. There's only one value where they differ, and that is the collision size. The Furbolg has a collision size of 48, like a Tauren, while the Polar Furbolg has a collision size of 32, like a Grunt. Also, the model of the non-Polar Furbolg is bigger. But in the end, it's not about the size of your Furbolg, it's about how you use it. Also, the Primal Pandaren, which uses the same kind of model as all the Furbolgs, just with its own texture, is identical to the regular Furbolg, including the collision size. And it's actually the same deal with the two level 4 Shamans. Again, the Polar version has a collision size of 32 and the other one has one of 48. But they also have different spells. The Furbolg Shaman has Rejuvenation, while the Polar Furbolg has Frost Armor and Abolish Magic. Also, the Polar version would cost 20 gold more and would be earlier available as a mercenary by half a minute, if any of them would be featured in any mercenary camp. But as it is today, no Furbolg can be hired at any regular mercenary camp, so in melee games only the gold value can come into play when someone uses Transmute. The two trackers only differ in their spells. The Furbolg tracker can cast Fairy Fire, while the Polar Furbolg tracker has Slow instead. The two champions are identical in every regard. The Elder Shamans, on the other hand, do differ. The Furbolg Elder Shaman has the spells Rejuvenation and Lightning Shield, while the Polar Furbolg Elder Shaman has Healing Wave and Frost Nova. Another difference is that the Furbolg Elder Shaman has a stock replenish interval of 360 seconds, while the Polar version has one of 410 seconds. And the Furbolg Elder Shaman costs 425 gold and 100 lumber, while the Polar version is more expensive at 480 gold and 120 lumber. Once again, since these are no regular mercenaries, these differences would only affect Transmute in a regular melee game. One difference, however, that does affect melee games is that the Furbolg Elder Shaman is level 7 creep, while the Polar Furbolg Elder Shaman is level 8, thus providing more experience. Finally, the two Ursa Warriors are almost identical. The only difference between them is that the Furbolg Ursa Warrior costs 6 food and the Polar version costs 8 food, even though they are both level 8 creeps.